Hello, everybody. Welcome to Mystic Kingdom. This is our Planet Coaster 2 franchise park. And what we're going to be building here today is the entrance to the park itself. Now, I got to be honest, straight up front, that I am loving Planet Coaster 2. It has its problems for sure. Any brand new game will have its problems. But I think that a lot of the stuff that I'm seeing online of, the sort of quote unquote controversies around this game really seem to stem from people not giving it the time to actually learn the new mechanics. It's kind of like if you have a software at your work and, you have a new way of doing stuff. And sort of the older crowd doesn't really want to relearn things and put in the effort to sort of learn a new game. I'm not trying to call anybody out here, but that's just sort of what I'm seeing, is that it feels to me like a lot of people aren't trying to learn this new game and give it the time that it actually deserves the credit for. Now, again, that's not to say that it doesn't have its problems. It definitely does. It is a steep learning curve, especially when it comes to the pathing. But, regardless, that's not what this video is about. This video is about this park here and sort of the theme, I guess, that we're going for with this park. Now, again, I said this is called Mystic Kingdom. This is a Magic Kingdom inspired park, so it will absolutely not be a one-to-one recreation. That is not what I'm doing here. But what I am going to be doing is taking a lot of cues and a lot of themes, and you can kind of see from this video here that there's a lot of stuff that has already been built. We'll jump into a tour here at the end of the video and sort of show you the park now, because a lot has changed since I recorded this video, or this speed build at least. But it's inspired by Magic Kingdom. I'm a huge Disney fan. I've been a annual pass holder for many, many years. Again, I live in Orlando, Florida, so it is basically just my back door. I grew up going to Disney, and I just love, the parks. I love the theming, and so we're taking a lot of cues from that. But one key difference here, I guess, is that we're going to try to stick with some of the themes that Planet Coaster 2 has. So the Viking theme, the mythology theme, stuff like that. But sort of, I guess, the framework here that you could say for the park is that it's derived off of storytelling. So all of the rides that we have in this park, or that we're going to have in this park, are going to be sort of story based. And what I mean by that is that as you go through the ride itself, say it's, a Pirates of the Caribbean esque ride, sort of that water ride esque theme, there's going to be a sort of story that it follows as you're going through the ride itself. We'll see how that pans out as we're actually making these and sort of, doing stuff like that. But yeah, what you can see me doing here is we're using this lovely, I think it's called Stone Ruin piece as the base sort of brick texture for this building. I really love how that looks. If you've seen some of the, I believe it's Epic Universe, that has sort of that mythology-esque, like Lost Temple feel. That's really what I wanted to go for here with this entrance, because I've heard a few other people say it before, but the entrance is what sets you up for your experience in the park. It's what is setting you up and sort of telling you the story that you're going to get. Now, I will admit that the entrance here is a little bit disjointed when it comes to the rest of the sort of main street that you see behind it. That main street there is very much old classic style Americana when it comes to theme park building. You know, a lot of the US parks have that sort of Americana feel, and I love that. I did a lot of stuff off camera, so you won't see me build 2 of the 3 buildings that we have in here, but the next episode is going to be one of those Main Street buildings, and hopefully you enjoy that one. Hopefully you enjoy this. Let me know, though, what else you would like to see in here. So pretty much what you can see back there, straight back, is the main street there. And again, very much modeled off of Magic Kingdom. Ooh, what you can see me doing here is I'm putting this fence on the top of this building here. And I'm actually using a sort of dark green color. So the darkest green that it gives you as a preset is that hunter green. And I like that, but it's not dark enough. What I wanted to go for here was sort of that old, I guess you could say, Victorian green copper, oxidized copper feel. And so that's sort of what I'm going for here. And I think that this color really kind of nails it there. Yeah. So I wanted to talk very briefly about the sort of state of the channel, what's going to be happening. We only have 18 subscribers, so I do want to say very quickly, if you are one of those, thank you so much for subscribing. It means the world to me, genuinely. And if you haven't subscribed, please consider subscribing. It lets me know that people are interested in the stuff that I'm making, and it lets me know that you want to see me continue building this stuff. Obviously, I'm going to do it regardless of YouTube, but I thought that I would test out whether or not people on YouTube would be interested in seeing some of the stuff that we've been building here. So that's why I'm uploading these videos. Obviously, this is not the end of Prehistoric Kingdom. It is not the end of Planet Zoo, even though at the time of recording I only have one video of Planet Zoo up. Hopefully, if you're watching this in the future, there will be many, many more. But this game here really has gotten me interested back into the Planet games. So if you watched my tour of my franchise zoo in Planet Zoo, I said in there that I hadn't played Planet Zeus in about a year, and I think at the time of recording that, it was around September of 2023 that I hadn't played that game. This has gotten me back into it, and I actually loaded up Planet Zoo last night and was just playing around with some stuff just to test out things, and I really love these games. Obviously, Planet Zoo is one of my all-time favorite games in all of creation, but this game has sort of reignited that for me, and I really love it for that. So we're going to be jumping back into Planet Zoo a little bit more. We're going to be jumping back into Prehistoric Kingdom. Obviously, things are so much easier to build in Prehistoric Kingdom. I think that the Planet Zoo team, the Frontier team, could really take some cues when it comes to what Prehistoric Kingdom is doing, especially when it comes to the scaling. Yes, they have scaling in this game, in Planet Coaster 2, and it is phenomenal. It is amazing to be able to build with a scaling tool in this game now. It makes things so much easier. However, some things don't let you scale down far enough. So they may let you scale down 50%. They may let you scale down 70%. It really just depends on the piece, what you're trying to do, what you're trying to scale. At the end of the day, it's a Planet game, so it's going to have its problems. It's going to have its quirks, but that doesn't mean that it is a bad game. I just think that you could definitely do with some cross-pollination, I guess you could say, from Prehistoric Kingdom to these Planet games, especially when it comes to building. Things are just so much easier to build in that game. But that being said, I absolutely love these Planet games, and we're going to be hopping back into Planet Zoo. There's a ton of new animals that I have not seen because, again, I haven't played in a year. But for the time being, I'm going to be releasing a couple of videos when it comes to Planet Coaster, and I hope you enjoy those. I hope you enjoy this park. Again, this is a franchise park, so it is at the whims of the online world, so to speak, and whatever the challenges are for the month or the sort of week, we're going to see if we can beat those, or at least get pretty high up. I think there's already some people that are not cheating. That's probably not the right word, but there are some parks that I've seen where people are very much, the challenge right now is to see how much money your park can make. I am definitely not min-maxing this by any means. I would rather have the theme of the park than the min-max, sort of make as much money as you can. But nonetheless, I think there are some people that are probably, using, console commands or whatever to do that, because I've seen a couple of parks that are like $80 million and the game is like 4 days old. So here you can see the final shots here of Mystic Kingdom. We'll jump into the park tour, and I'll show you guys around here in just a couple seconds. All right, everybody. So we're here in Mystic Kingdom, and oh yeah, this is great. So because this game has transport rides, I loved it. I wish Planet Zoo had working buses. This just runs a loop around the parking lot. You can see the other stop right there. Eventually, this is going to run to a couple of hotels that we're going to build. Obviously, they don't have functioning hotels at the time of speaking, or at the time of recording, but hopefully they will in the future. So I wanted to say really quickly before we enter the park here that I said in recording, and I actually forgot to say, the way that this channel is going to work, again, we're going to do Planet Zoo, we're going to do Planet Coaster, we're going to do Prehistoric Kingdom. I'm going to try to come out with videos every Friday if I can. I know that we've had some other... Bus is so loud. I know that we've had some videos come out on Mondays. That's not going to be out of the ordinary. We may have some videos that come out on Mondays. I'm going to try to shoot for every Friday a video comes out. There may or may not be a couple of other videos during the week that come out. We'll just see. We'll have to see what happens. But yeah, welcome to Mystic Kingdom, everybody. This entrance is good for now. I think we'll probably revisit this at a later point. But we'll go on in and we'll enter the park here. And first and foremost, we have the iconic flag with the golden King Coaster here. So if you've been to Magic Kingdom, you will know this right in the center here. And this is our main street. So I have it set to 8 a.m. Very beautiful lighting. I absolutely love it. We have a couple of shops in here in this first Main Street building. We have some other Main Street buildings. These are the exact same building, and both of these are up on the Frontier Workshop. So you can find them. I'll put my profile link, I guess, at the end of this video, so you can go and find stuff. Again, these are the same exact building. They are just recolored. This building over here, the guest services building, this is going to be our next episode of building this building. This, I think, is probably one of my favorites in compared to, I think the ones at the end might be my real favorites. These are all just testing out to see if we can actually build generic stuff. I know Rubles Trillion, I believe is his name. Uh, this is where I got a lot of the inspiration from. King Coaster, I'm gonna fire you if you do not be quiet. King Coaster is so loud. Yeah, so we'll pop in here. So Rubel's Trillion is where I got the idea for a lot of this from. Especially when it comes to the, sort of generic-esque buildings. It wouldn't be a Magic Kingdom-esque park if we didn't have teacups and a carousel. So these are our, first sort of flat rides here, just to get people in the park. And we'll actually pop back here. So what this is, you'll actually see this a lot at Magic Kingdom and the other parks, of just to sort of hide the backstage areas. They have these rolling gates, I guess you could say, so that they can roll out other things like larger vehicles that are transporting stuff, and the staff can sort of slip through here. Obviously, I didn't get the spacing perfect on that, but it's not too bad. This is just the backstage area here, the water tower. You can see the water tower when you come in, and I don't actually think that that's a bad thing. I actually kind of like the look that it gives, but we may end up moving that whenever we build our shopping district. That's sort of going to be a Disney Springs slash downtown Disney-esque area. But I really like how this park is turning out. We have the, what is this called? Helter Skelter over here. The queue I've replaced with this stonework pathing here. I absolutely love that. And then over here in this area, oh yeah, that's right. I forgot, you can't go off of the path in this game for whatever reason. So that stinks. I really hope Frontier fixes that. Otherwise, I mean, it is what it is. Over here is going to be tying into this lighthouse, quote unquote. I know, what's his name? Yuri, I think, built a absolutely gorgeous one-to-one lighthouse. So is ZSH Plays. I've just left it as is for the time being. It's not really that important to me, but it does still sort of act like a lighthouse. And so what this is going to be is going to be the house where that lighthouse keeper would live. And so the idea is going to be that you sort of walk down here. You have a hedge maze with the carousel. You have the lighthouse keeper house, and then going across this bridge here that you can see I've disconnected the path. But this is going to be where that hotel is going to be, off in the far, far, far distance. But ideally, you won't even be able to see that, because we'll have this be sort of our, what's it called? Not Frontierland. The place where in Magic Kingdom, where they have like the Jungle Cruise and Pirates of the Caribbean and stuff like that. That's going to be this area here. Yeah. So we'll see how that ends up at the end of the day. Again, just to get people to use these areas a little bit more, we have the food trucks here, like you would find at Magic Kingdom, where they have sort of the popcorn stands. In my opinion, big swing and a miss that they did not have an actual popcorn vendor in this game. It is what it is. Yeah, but that's an ice cream truck, and then this is a soda van. They do the job. People use them. People like them. But big missed opportunity that they didn't have actual popcorn. Here is where we're going to have our big weenie, and not that kind of weenie. We're going to have a weenie, if you don't know, is the centerpiece of a park. It's the thing that draws you in. So you'll be able to see it all the way down there from the entrance, all the way back is where our big sort of castle is going to be. And you can see that again in the logo. That's sort of the castle that we're going to build. I don't know if I'm going to do that now, or if we're going to do that in the future when future DLCs come out that sort of add a fairy tale-esque fantasy to this game. We'll see. This is not permanent. This I just had here just to get my park above 2 stars. This will eventually go into an area across this other bridge here that's going to have sort of a space and aerospace theme to it. Yeah, I love that. That looks awesome. I'd love to ride that in real life. So coming over here, you can see that the ground is now changing to a dirtier path. We have Scott's Pines, and what this area is going to be really up to where those bumper cars are, excuse me, is going to be our frontier land. I think I've called this Pioneer Town right now. Again, this is discount Magic Kingdom. It's not actually Magic Kingdom. But this is one of the rides that actually just came with the game. I didn't build this. I built a mountain around it. We'll go take a look in the queue here. But this came with the game. This is one of my favorites. It's called Mountain Descent. And this is acting as our sort of Thunder Mountain. Again, if you've been to Magic Kingdom, you'll know what I'm talking about. But I absolutely love how these tracks just weave in and out of the mountain here, of the rock work. I especially love this. I thought about covering this up at one point, but then I got down here in the person view and, you know, saw that it's pretty awesome. So yeah, so we'll actually go and ride this ride now. Hello, there we go. So we'll ride this really quick and yeah, hope you enjoy that. And then we'll end it off here with the end of the video. Alright, so you could see that there were a few spots where people were clipping through the terrain, or the rocks there. I need to work on the rock work, but yeah, that was Mountain Descent. And as we're exiting here, we're actually going to exit the video as well, and I want to say thank you again so much for watching. There's a million things you could have been doing today, and you chose to spend it here with me and enjoy a little bit of a theme park. Thanks for coming. Let me know your thoughts in the comments about any of this park. Let me know what you would like to see here. Let me know if you've been to Magic Kingdom, or if you've been to Disney. It is one of the most popular parks in the entire world, so let me know if you've been there. And let me know your thoughts when it comes to Main Street, you know, the rest of the series. Let me know your thoughts on the channel. A lot of thoughts. Let me know stuff in the comments. I love reading it. I love interacting with you all. Thank you again, and goodbye.